Hey everyone! Welcome back to another commentary. Today we'll be going over Extreme Gear Shadow. So, Extreme Gear Shadow is the newest of the Sonic Riders variants to join the game, and honestly it's really cool that they're adding more Riders variants, because the Extreme Gear is making its return in Sonic Racing Crossroads, which I'm super hyped for. And I wonder if we're going to get like the entire Riders cast in their Extreme Gear outfits in this game. That'd be super cool. And maybe they could also add the Riders variants of the IDW characters Tango, Whisper, and Surge in the game too. I'd love to see Extreme Gear Surge. That'd be awesome. But anyways, so Extreme Gear Shadow is a challenger character, for whatever reason. Jet is the main antagonist of the Riders games, so I'm not exactly sure why Shadow was made the challenger out of the Riders variants so far. I mean, I guess they just want all the Shadow variants now to be challengers, because Warrior Shadow was a challenger for no reason. So I guess that's just the thing now? I mean, the challenger rarity's kind of gone downhill ever since, like, Red was added. Like, nowadays pretty much anyone could join the game. Doesn't matter if you're a variant character, a collaboration character, a super form. You can just be added to challenger, I guess. But it is what it is. So anyways, Electric Rush is a reskin of Slipstream Whirlwind. It has the same properties as Slipstream Whirlwind, except this time it has an electric trail that does damage, which is similar to original Bashhosen from Jet. So if you weren't around back in 2018 when Jet was added to the game, Bashhosen's trail did damage. It didn't slow you down, it just did wind damage. So even if you were at the very end of the trail, you would still get hit and take wind damage, which was pretty crazy. But now we have that, but with electric damage. But the hitbox on this one's a bit wonky. Like, it extends further back than it should. Like, the trail ends at a certain point, but then the hitbox goes back even further for some reason. Luckily, that's getting fixed in a future update, so next time the game updates, whenever that happens, it should hopefully get fixed. And other than that, it has the exact same speed as Slipstream Whirlwind, which is the exact same speed as Dark Blast. All three, Dark Blast, Slipstream Whirlwind, and Electric Rush are the same speed in terms of mini boost, but Dark Blast is just better because, well, it gets X2 pickups, and it has a little bit of a longer duration. But anyways, and while you're in the trail with these items, if you jump or slide during the trail, you won't get the mini boost. You have to be like sitting still to get the mini boost from the trail. Otherwise, if you're jumping and sliding a lot, you're not going to get that much of a mini boost from it. But anyways, next we have Air Dash, which is similar to like Home Run from the baseball characters, or Ultimate Waveform from Idol Shadow, where basically in the air it will spawn 3 dash rings, and you have to fly through all 3 of them, and on the 3rd dash ring you'll get a big burst of speed at the end, which is similar to Home Run, where on the 4th base you get a big burst of speed. But unlike Home Run, because with Home Run, if you miss like the first 3 bases, you can still hit the final base and only the final base to get the big burst of speed. But with Extreme Gear Shadow, if you miss even one of the dash rings, you won't get the big burst of speed from the last dash ring. Which makes this boost kind of a little difficult to use, especially since you're locked into flying to get all 3 of the dash rings. It's a good boost, you just gotta really get used to it, and you're also really vulnerable to traps like Storm Clouds or Bat Bomb or Zap Trap, since they're, traps that you have to slide under, but you're gonna be locked into flying. And then his trap, Wind Turbine, is something brand new. It's an auto mine trap similar to like Lava Bomb, Pyro Mine, but this time, instead of doing damage to opponents, it blows backwards a wind current, and if your opponents get caught in the wind current, they slow down. They don't take damage from it. It's literally just like a slowdown. And then the upgrades, of course, increase the amount of slowdown they get. It's a pretty cool mechanic. It's good for when you place the trap like right on a dash pad and you have it on like a higher level where the slowdown effect from it is a lot, because then it'll like almost cancel out the dash pad because of how slow you get from the wind, which is really cool. I like the idea of this trap. But overall, Extreme Gear Shadow is a really cool character. He's a good character, a balanced one, which is good to see for a challenger, because challengers have a tendency to be broken. But anyways, let's do some races. I'm only at 4.5k because I haven't been playing a whole ton yet this season, so hopefully our races shouldn't be too bad. Okay, level 11, Extreme Gear Shadow, and Classic Sonic. Let's see how this goes. The next event is going to be Marine's release, which is going to be super cool. And I'm super excited for Marine. But yeah, as you can see, I hit all of them with the electric trail. Like, look at how far behind I can hit them by with this item. It's pretty crazy. And you can see the mini boost from it's pretty good. But if I jump and slide, you'll notice that I'm not getting nearly as much speed as I would if I'm not jumping or sliding, which is just how it is for Extreme Gear Sonic and Shadow. I don't notice this as much on Werehog, to be honest. I don't know if Werehogs has the same mechanic of if you jump or slide you don't get as much of a mini boost. If it does, it's definitely not as noticeable. And oh man, we lost. Alright. Got hit by the electric trail. But either way, the mini boost from it's still good. If I was to buff Electric Rush or Slipstream Whirlwind, I would give them like an X2 pickup like Werehog to try and make them similar to Werehog, to try and keep up with him. Because Werehog can chain his mini boost like really well when he's in first, and so can the Extreme Gear characters, but the X2 pickup would be nice on them as well. Okay, we've got Shadow and Classic Sonic. As far as Marine's event goes, it's going to be an event with 3 characters on the normal missions. On the normal missions, it's going to be Marine herself, Supersonic, and Burning Blaze. So you're going to have to deal with 3 characters being on the normal missions, which is honestly going to be a little eh. I don't really like it when they put more than 2 characters on missions, because it just makes it really annoying to do missions. Because you gotta go through 3 characters to get the character you want, and obviously everyone's gonna want Marine. Let's go ahead and air dash. And as you can see on the 3rd dash ring, you get a pretty big burst of speed, which is really good. And there we go, we got a win. Nice. I wonder if on Marine's event they've increased the super rare drop rate at all. I don't think so though. That's probably wishful thinking, because like the super rare drop rate on events was always like 2 to 10 if I remember correctly when Gamma released and when every other super rare released before then. So it's going to be a pretty big pain to get a high level on Marine. But hopefully I'll be able to get a good level. Because it's going to be nice to get an original character in the game for once. Okay, gotta watch out for electric trails here, because I don't want to get my boost zapped. Okay. Oh, I messed that up. Okay. Let's go ahead and air dash. Oh man, that slowed me down a lot. That wind turbine. Yeah, you can see the slowdown effect gets much larger when you're on a higher level. On level 0, without any upgrades, it doesn't slow people down that much. But on a higher level, especially max level, it slows down a lot. which can be really good when you're in the lead to keep your opponents at bay. Okay, Extreme Gear Shadow and Mephiles. Okay, let's see how this race goes. Oh, we already got a boost. That's good. Let's just hope we can avoid... I was about to say, let's hope we can avoid the Electric Trail, and then he switched into my lane and used the Electric Rush. Alright. Let's see if I can get him with Wind Turbine. Nope. Okay, got a boost. Okay. That slows you down a lot. Okay, I got a shield. That's not very helpful. Okay, I was able to blow him behind me enough to get the win. Very nice. Alright, I'll do 2 more races. Let's see how these last 2 races go. Maxed Baby Sonic. Nice. Max Baby Sonic's quite good. 70 starting rings. Okay. Okay, now I can start running. Extreme Gear Shadow is a good front-running character, because you can just spam your mini boost trail to keep getting ahead and zapping people that try and get close behind you. Alright. That was a nice win. Alright, and we'll do 1 more. Let's see how this last race goes. Okay, Extreme Gear Sonic and Infinite. Alright. Okay. Okay. Doing good. Got Infinite. Shield through that replica. Now we just gotta keep spamming Electric Rush to keep mini boosting away. Infinite used his boost? Why'd he do that? He has like no rings now. I bet that Extreme Gear Sonic boost stacked. Okay, looks like he got hit. Okay, we got the win. Don't know why that Infinite used his boost. Infinite's usually only supposed to boost like once a race. Maybe twice if you're on a track with a lot of rings and you can recover your rings really quickly. Like Mining Mayhem maybe, but usually it's only 1. Anyways, that'll do it for this commentary. Hope you guys enjoyed. Overall, Extreme Gear Shadow is a good character. He's a balanced challenger, which is good to see. I'll see you guys in the next commentary.